You are now entering the Take Up, a place to gather when the film is over. I'm your host, Joshua Ray, and I'm here with my co-host, that is the managing editor of the TakeUp.com, Andrew Wyatt. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
Typically, every episode we talk about one film and whether or not that film gets to enter the Take-Up's canon. However, today we are doing an anniversary blowout celebration. We think it's the 100th episode. So we've gone back and we are going to talk about some films that we've talked about before and find out what else gets into the Take-Up's canon. So yeah, Andrew, so sorry that I had to make a thing of it. Like I had to math it.
Spreadsheets had to be involved.
I couldn't not. Well, so our whole thing about voting is that we either we're burning a vote, right? Because we only get so many in a year, even though we're about to talk about about 2 years worth of films. And I wanted to see if there were films that people agreed upon. Mm-hmm. So as the editor, Ethan also got 3 films to choose to say, if I were to do it, I would add these 3. You got 3 to choose. I got 3 to choose. And Kayla, our former co-host and still co-owner, social media manager of the Take Up, got 3 plus. And I'll tell you what, she did. Not that she's a predictable person, by any means she is not. She did do the thing I thought she might do, and I'm very happy about it. And there are things that happened in these votes that I'm very confused about, but I'm also very happy about every single thing that happened. So what I figured is this is what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. As with our other votes, anyone agrees if there's more than one vote for a film, it's going in.
All right.
So we have a few of those, a couple of those that were agreed upon.
Automatic canonical picks because there was
automatically. Okay. So other than Kayla's one pick, we do have some others that are automatically going in. And then you and I are going to sift through the rest of the nominated films and decide whether or not we each want to burn one of our year's votes on one film. Okay? Okay. Sure. So what I'm going to do is go through the films that kind of the creme de la creme, the films that were nominated by everyone in episode order. So this might give us a little bit of historic embarrassment in thinking about these episodes.
No. We never experienced secondhand embarrassment here.
It's all very firsthand, actually.
Yeah.
So I want to say we don't have to go through every single film that we discussed because I feel like we'll be here for a while. But I'm looking at my spreadsheet. There were 55 films that we talked about before we talked about Far From Heaven. There are some additional episodes in there. There's the Harvey Milk panel that we did at Q Fest. There's a film criticism panel. There's some golden anniversary talks from Cinema St. Louis when they had those. Those were kind of off the table. Only films that we talked about properly on the podcast. So I'm sorry to What's Up Doc, the film that I showed at my wedding.
We'll get back to it eventually.
Yes. And that's the other thing too, is that there is a glaring omission that I think maybe either we thought someone else would definitely mention it. We'll get to it. Okay. But the very first film nominated was our second episode, Cusp. And Kayla nominated it. It was a Kayla pick, and that is Cusp. And Kayla picked it. Kayla nominated it. That's Parker Hill and Isabel Bethencourt's film. That's the last picture show for Gen Z. Does
Yeah.
this make sense? It was a documentary. We used to do episodes in, how would you describe it? We had like many themes.
Yeah, we would do like these 3 to 4 episode arcs early in the format, and that I seem to recall that our inaugural series was like the films of that year that the underseen films of that year that we wanted to highlight. I think it was 2021, right?
Yeah, you had picked Saint Maud. I picked Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, and those. I mean, Saint Maud Rose Glass has another film that I have since absolutely gone bananas over. Love Lies Bleeding,
Yeah.
and then Hamaguchi has a spot. Like, it's just a
Reserved.
matter of when.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, it might be pretty fucking soon.
All right.
I've seen things.
Okay.
So Cusp is on the table, and you know what? There are very few things that I don't have a good memory, but I remember loving this film quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is definitely a K choice.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why Kayla picked it. I recall liking it a lot at the time and thinking that it sort of exemplified a certain type of like true false style of documentary that all of us really enjoy and love visiting and seeing, something that makes us uncomfortable in the right ways, that makes us think carefully about how the world works and socio-political issues and personal issues. And it, it's exactly the kind of documentary I think that hits correctly for all of us. So I remember liking it. But yeah, I'm like you. My memory is maybe not so great as it used to be. But
I do
about the specifics.
I do remember the like central couple
Mm-hmm.
and how they're definitely like doomed teenage romance at the
Yeah.
center of it. So in our next series that we did, it was the Queer 90s. There's a nominee.
Mm-hmm. Do I want to guess without even looking at the spreadsheet? I bet I can guess.
What do you think it is?
I think it's your pick. It's Gus Van Sant's remake of Psycho.
Okay, so let me. You know what? No, I'm always defending Gus Van Sant's Psycho.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
We put on the calendar a future episode of Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, the new Jane Schönbrunn, and
Very excited.
I have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. She has claimed that specific film as an influence. The reason I wanted to nominate it is it as great as some of the other films, like even the things that I picked as like within some of these miniseries? No, probably not, but it does something really unique, and it really is a film about filmmaking and watching film and queering film in a way that I don't know that we have something that is kind of representative of that. Maybe Far From Heaven. But it's also just like, if I were to look at a list and see that on it, I would probably be like, what are these people on? That is very interesting. Or some people might be like, well, fuck them immediately.
Yeah, but that's a them problem, not a you problem.
Yeah, I guess that is a them problem. So after that, then we had our Cannes Film Festival extravaganza miniseries. God, we have actually 2 nominees here. The first one is Brief Encounter, which was the first one that we talked about. We did it in chronological order. That's David Lean's like clandestine British post-World War II romance that is like
the greatest emotional affair movie ever made. Yes.
Yes, it is the text. It is the text for like the text of Carol, which I think is probably the greatest. But maybe Brief Encounter is great. I don't know. But themes are emerging as I'm looking through some of these choices.
Mhm.
The other one that was nominated is Lars von Trier's Dancer in the Dark.
Whoa. Okay, so who voted for that?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Brief Encounter was Kayla's gimme. She shot that
And
one.
that's a great gimme.
Yeah,
You're right
absolutely.
that like that is the film that I would have probably predicted her to pick.
And it was one of my choices.
Mhm.
And like, well, so we all did this separately. We made our list separately, but I did not pick it because I knew she would.
Mhm.
Because I know that she really loves that film. And go back to like one of the reasons we're doing this is not only just for fun, and we love math and spreadsheets and stuff, but
Mhm.
also so that we had older episodes. You can go back into the archive and take a listen. But that's a really great Kayla episode too. She speaks so eloquently about what makes Brief Encounter so great and what makes it that romance text. So Brief Encounter is entering the Take Up canon. I don't know. Dude,
Worthily, I would say.
the church bells in the neighborhood started the second I said that. And I was about to say, Ethan, edit in some fanfare or something. And it was
Little audio toast there. Yeah, I love it.
the 6:15 church bells started. Dancer in the Dark. Not only was it nominated by someone,
Mhm.
it was nominated by three of us.
Wait, which means everybody but me voted for Dancer in the Dark?
Everyone but you voted for Dancer in the Dark. And
Wow.
that means that Dancer in the Dark, those church bells are also for you. They're breaking the waves bells are also for you. You're going into the take.
I'm not mad about that. It's not I don't remember if we talked about this during that episode because it's been so long, but, not necessarily my, like, top Von Trier one of my top Von Trier films, but, if there's a Von Trier film in the canon, that's probably the most appropriate one because, um, as up and down as his reputation has been, as in and out of controversies, it still feels like the film that most people turn to as the most original, embracing, and dynamic film he's ever made, so I'm not mad about it.
Also a great collaborative effort with
Yeah,
Bjork
with a
being
famously
such a
uncollaborative director.
right. I mean, like if we're gonna put a Lars von Trier in, can we also put the Bjork film
Yeah,
in?
it's her spot in the let's say that, it's her spot in the canon instead of Lars' spot in the canon.
Yeah. So, and I will say that was Pete Timmerman's pick for that Cannes Film Festival series.
Mhm.
Crazy. You and I picked Peppermint Frappe, the
Mm.
Carlos Saura,
That's
which,
kinda that was kinda like your anti-pick because that was the year that
it,
Cannes was canceled, right?
yeah, yeah. And then we had Victor on and he talked about stuff. And then you picked The Mission, Roland
Oh,
Jaffe?
yeah, wow, yeah.
That's like a fun, big budget, like weird. They were all Palme d'Or winners, even though like
Yeah,
Brief Encounter. It wasn't called the Palme d'Or. Look,
yeah,
you
but
gotta
we
go
know
back
what
and listen. You gotta go back and listen. So then, we actually have like a big gap of nominees, and then we did the for like God 6 months worth of films.
Mhm.
Somehow, none of our sister Christian films. The film that we did a double header episode on, Certain Women, Kelly Reichardt's Certain Women.
Okay, let me explain myself on that one. Let me
Go
explain
ahead, go ahead,
myself.
go ahead.
I didn't it was one of the films I was thinking of putting a vote in for today for this. I didn't, not because I don't love it, not because I don't love Kelly Reichardt, but because I'm 100% sure that we're gonna talk about another Kelly Reichardt film sometime in the future on this show, so
Every single one of you said the same thing.
that is fair.
And it was on my short list too. Because I look at these films here, and not only do I think about what's representative of like us and the podcast, that
Mhm,
was such like a fun episode. We've got Kelly Reichardt catch up to do.
mhm.
And had we covered the Mastermind last year, I would have voted that in.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of my favorite films of the year. But after that, we did the slate remember the slate kind of
Black film
pull
canon.
the new black film canon?
Yeah.
And the answer might surprise you. But we had such a good like triplet of choices there. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which most people would probably look at this list and be like, of course, that one. No. And it was not the Watermelon Woman, not the queer one.
Mm-hmm.
It was your pick, Black Girl.
Oh, I
Sinbad.
considered nominating this as well.
Well,
Partly because it was
you
my
didn't.
pick. I just remember that was a blind pick, if you recall. Like, I had not seen the film, and it was sort of the logic I used when I was approaching that was, let's nominate a film that everybody seems to agree is great that I've never seen and take a stab at it. But I remember just absolutely falling in love with it when I did sit down and watch it.
Black Girl is one of my like new favorites. It's something that when it came out on the Criterion desk, it became kind of an immediate like classic to me.
It looks so good too. The restoration is so awesome.
It's a film I think about a lot, and it's kind of like influential tendrils and other things that I like. But Sunben became someone I was really interested in and got to explore from that episode. I think it's a really good episode. But I nominated that one. The next one that was nominated is Let the Right One In. When we did I'm Gonna Do It. Queer coded. Those were the E's in that are sixes. So there's 3 6. It's okay. I had a lot of fun with that.
Did you just watch Hackers before you wrote that little title there?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They were queer coded horror films.
Yeah.
And so is your choice of Let the Right One In a mea culpa for us not bringing it up during our previous vampire episode, Sinners?
Kind of. It's okay. So since this is the first one I picked that's come up.
Yeah.
Or at least the first one that I nominated for this little deal. My rationale in picking my 3 really came down to the films that mean a lot to me personally. Obviously, if I picked them, they meant something to me. But as opposed to something like Black Girl that was sort of a blind pick to educate myself, I picked 3 films that mean something very deeply to me, and this was one of them. It's a film I've revisited over and over again, and queer subtext or non-queer subtext, whatever. It speaks to me. It really touches something in me. I think it's an exquisite piece of mood and horror filmmaking. Just very cool. And so, like, if I'm gonna pick something, I feel like I have to pick a horror, at least one horror film. If I could pick a horror film that we've talked about before, it's got to be this one.
And I mean, I don't know. I'm probably not the best judge of us because it's us, but I think that's a really good episode too. And us talking about the queerness in it, but also just how elegant it is as a film. I don't know if we ever got into like, where is Thomas Alfredson? Like,
what happened by it, man?
He gave us all the clues. You knew I was going to say it. All right, so back to someone else. Someone else picked. So, okay, Pete Timmerman is so representative, like, over choices, but specifically Ethan. And Ethan is the closest to having graduated from Pete's teaching. So it makes sense. But also, he has picked Harmony Korine's Gummo.
Whoa, okay.
And I mean, I think that would be something that would fill a kind of void that we have. We don't have like a lot of shaggy, like we have some fucked up movies, but I think of Gummo as being like so representative. I'm saying that word a lot because we're talking about a canon, but of that specific time. And also a mode of filmmaking that doesn't exist, or maybe it is like the other side to Dancer in the Dark, which was also a Pete pick because it's like
I can see that.
Dogma-esque. So that one's on the table. But that that was the Critics Are Stupid.
Yeah.
When Catherine joined us, Catherine Cold Iron.
Yeah.
So there's another nominee from that one, which as we think about that series, like that's something I think about a lot, and
Really?
how stupid we are in general.
I mean, we're stupid. So for those who haven't listened to that series, the criteria for that series were pretty strict. We picked films that were rated below 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, to sort of champion as films that we think are actually, quote unquote, actually great.
And Gummo and Birth have actually since been canonized elsewhere on the Criterion Collection. They have some people who say we like great things.
I don't think you said. So it's Birth. Birth is the other film from that.
I'm sorry. It's Jonathan Glazer's Birth. And Jonathan Glazer's Birth received 2 votes, one from you and one from Ethan.
Because Ethan has good taste, yes.
Well, and so do I, but I just had to put Psycho on there. So, I mean, there were things I thought for sure that someone else would pick. So I was kind of gaming it.
You play it way more savvy than I did. I just said, here's 3 that I like.
Yeah, when you sent me yours, I was like, you just picked your favorite one, which is totally fine because
I'm not allowed to do that
because I fucked up. I think I fucked up. Anyway, I don't hear the church bells chiming, but Birth is officially entering the Take-Up canon.
That's great. I love that.
So
I mean, it's a film. I haven't listened to that episode. I don't generally listen to the podcast, with a couple exceptions. So, but I remember that episode feeling good. Like we did a really good job, I think, of excavating everything that makes that film special and haunting, and just such a compelling experience.
It is. So here's the thing that I was going to say earlier about how, as a group, going back to our Blue Heron episode, when we talked about emotionality and greatness, and we are a sad, sad, sad group of people.
That's okay. That's okay.
If I look at this list of films, the 3 that absolutely will make me cry are the 3 that are going into the canon unquestionably. Like, we all voted for that.
Wait. So Birth, Dancer in the Dark, and Brief Encounter are like definite entries.
The 3 definite entries. Like, so I might end up voting for Psycho just to balance shit out, but I think that one might make you cry.
But I mean, I think people who know us know that we like the sad shit.
Also,
the dark shit.
To Ethan's point, some fucked up movies, some pretty fucked up stuff going on there. Okay. So then, in the next miniseries, which was my favorite movie year, some things happened. And it wasn't, I'm sorry, Alex, it wasn't that The Dead Don't Die got in, because it didn't. I will never leave him alone about The Dead Don't Die. Richard Brody is a big defender of Dead Don't Die, as Alex texted me the other day to remind me.
Oh, he's in good company, yeah.
He is in great company, yeah. So in that series, we were talking about, like looking at movie years, everyone always talks about 1999 is a great movie year, 1939 is a great movie year. There are so many great movies. We have a 1999 film that was released some places in 2000, whatever, it didn't work. It's our buddy Shannon Weber of Soundbite Magazine, who's going to be on the podcast here in 2 weeks to talk about another film. Her pick for that was The Virgin Suicides.
Yes. I remember that being a really good episode too.
That was a great episode. And that was Kay's last pick. So then your pick for 2007 is the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a list of nominees. I have to, before we do this episode, what the fuck? The Shining.
I think it's because we know, again, maybe we were metagaming. We knew that Kubrick was going in at some point.
That's the fucking Shining. That is one of my 10 favorite movies. Like,
you're picking Psycho remake over Shining is what I'm trying to understand.
The Psycho remake over The Shining because I thought for sure Andrew would pick The Shining.
Okay, Okay, that's on me because I maybe have misunderstood the nomination process. I was specifically picking films that I had previously recommended when we were doing the old format. So like because that was a you pick, that was technically a you pick, I didn't consider it. So that's on me. That sorry from the posthumous apology to Mr. Kubrick that your generational horror film didn't end up going in because I misconstrued the fucking parameters.
He's so pissed at us right now. Actually, he might be. I don't know.
He's pissed at everybody.
Yeah. There are a ton of films that I considered that I had on my short list. We talked about, of course, we covered a Hamaguchi. So I thought about Julia and Julia. But I also kind of like, because I thought it was, it's a movie that grew with me. You're hovering over, we're both in the Google Doc now. I thought about Stars at Noon, but for the same reason that we're not picking a lot of other ones, like how many Claire Denis films are there? I thought about Rolling Thunder, which was kind of a big discovery for me.
That would have been a great choice. Yeah.
There are two back-to-back that I thought like, oh, how do we not pick Johnny Guitar or Jean Cocteau's Orpheus? Like, how do we not do that?
I thought about Orpheus. It was close.
Man. But also like maybe we'll revisit this stuff after another 100 episodes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure.
If both us and Civilization are still standing by then, sure.
Exactly. I thought about Crimes of Passion too. Like,
that was a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was either like the Psycho remake or Crimes of Passion going in to be like my kind of ultra like fucked up Josh choice. So, ouch. How would French people tell me how to say that? All right, so what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna say where the Take Up canon stands. I'm gonna run through them. We're gonna do it now, and so that we have an idea of exactly what the canon looks like before you and I use our votes. If we decide to use our votes, we both have 6 for the rest of the year, by the way. So you don't.
Now, are we playing? But let me ask: are we playing by the same rules in the sense that if we both agree it goes in, we don't burn votes? Are we using a slightly different?
No, we each have to pick one if we decide to pick one. But if we pick the same one, then that's good. The reason I say this is we can't add too many because I can't remember all this. Okay. So do you list master? Do you have the list?
Oh no, I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Far from Heaven, No Country for Old Men, Taxi Driver, The Graduate, Rushmore, Secret Agent, One Battle After Another, Misericordia, Suspiria, Resurrection, Zodiac, After Sun, Messiah of Evil, Hospital Welfare, The Last Laugh, Man with a Movie Camera, fuck, Irma Vep, Killer of Sheep, Army of Shadows, The Prestige, Blue Heron.
You did it, man. That was pretty clean. That was pretty clean.
Pretty clean. Here's where things are going to get really bad in the future. Brief Encounter, Dancer in the Dark, Birth.
All right, I'm adding them right now to the
Okay.
list.
Oh my God.
Editing the list in real time here.
Okay. In real time.
Yeah.
So then, as you're doing that, here are the films that we're nominating. Here are the films that you and I should we choose to burn one of our 6 votes that we have left for the year, we can put one in.
Okay.
That is the teen doc Cusp, the much maligned Psycho remake, the I think classic Black Girl, I think new queer classic Let the Right One In, Gummo, the dirtiest film on the list, Sofia Coppola's debut, Virgin Suicides, and Dude Cinema, Supreme, Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Okay.
So let's
solid list.
I
That's
think it's a
1,
solid
2,
list.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 films we're going to consider, in addition to 3 we just put in.
Like, I'm really tempted to save my vote and not put any other in, even though 2 of those are 2 that I nominated. But there is one that I think if I didn't, I would feel stupid and regret it. And I think not only is it like a time period that we're missing films from, we lack Black filmmakers. We have no filmmakers, like no films from African diaspora. It's also a French film. I think I have to vote Black Girl in. Like, I look at this list and I think that it not only it doesn't just fill the gap, but it's very important to me when I look at this list of films. It was kind of the first thing that I went straight for, other than being a troll and putting Psycho in. I'm really like, I really want to put Psycho in, just for the sheer like shock factor of looking at the list. But I do genuinely love that film, but I don't love it more than Black Girl. So I am definitely going to burn a vote and put Black Girl into the Take Up canon.
All right. I love it. I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
add it. I'm going to add that one in too. That film, I feel good because everything you're saying is correct, but also I get a little bit, it's one of my picks. So
It's one of your picks.
You're voting for one of my films. I love it.
Yeah.
But again, it was a blind pick. And I think the power, when I watched that film, the power of it was so evident. Its influence, it's one of those things where sometimes you go back to the source code and you watch something that everybody said was important and influential. And sometimes you're underwhelmed, but most of the time you're like, oh, I get it, right? The first time you see Seven Samurai, you're like, oh, okay, that's why everybody fucking talks about this movie, because it is actually great. I kind of got the same sensation when I watched Black Girl, which was like, oh, okay, this is the source code. This is where everything from the digestion of the new wave, the digestion of, global South cinema, all in one place. I won't say it's too much to say that it's the origin point, because there was a lot of other stuff going on in African cinema at the time, but it just feels so epochal. It feels so important. Yeah.
It does.
And it's so emotionally compelling, such an emotionally compelling experience.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, it is an evergreen story, unfortunately. And it feels like an urgent film, and it was made 60 years ago. So
in some ways, the race aspects of it and the immigrant aspects of it and the colonial aspects of it are all important, but it also in some ways is sort of a timeless film about alienation and dislocation. We talked,
dislocation, the loneliness, the utter loneliness at its core.
Yeah. I talked a couple weeks ago about a new film called The Currents, which again wasn't a film that like necessarily on that same level, but it's every film about alienation and dislocation feels like it's in the shadow of Black Girl. So great pick.
Thank you. Thanks for originally picking it. All right. So, are you gonna do a plot twist, or do I?
Well, okay, wait a minute.
I am Cynthia Erivo tapping my head.
let
I
me
am digesting the psychic waves. Hope you can't hear the tapping. Okay. What's your thought process?
Okay, here's my plot twist. I am going to throw a plot twist at you here. I
Okay.
am not going to pick one of my nominations. I'm going to burn a vote on something else. Can you guess what it is?
Okay.
Of the 4, I think, remaining, what am I burning a vote on? Take Jesse James and let the right one in off the table.
Oh, Virgin Suicides.
Yes. I think we need some Sofia Coppola in there, and that is a great film to bring her in.
I forgot it was Shannon's pick for a second, and I thought it was your pick, and I was like, I was about to cry because I thought you were going to put Psycho in for me.
Not a chance.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I won't swear that it's my favorite Sofia Coppola film, but it just sort of stands as this maybe one of the most impressive debuts of the last 30 years. We like Sofia Coppola here on the Take Up, and it's just every time I think about that film, it gives me both like incredible melancholy and warm fuzzies at the same time, which I feel like is the Take Up thing.
Yeah.
And I remember that being a good episode too. So yeah, So remind me where our votes stand now. So we've just added we're like, this is like glut season here. We've just added 5 movies to the permanent cinema canon. So again, your ability to recite from memory might be demolished right here. But remind me where our votes stand.
So you and I both have five votes each for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Which is great. Because we just burned votes to put old episodes in. We agreed on other stuff, and we got the whole group together. Agreed on some really sad shit. This episode, we added Brief Encounter, Dancer in the Dark, Birth, The Virgin Suicides, and Black Girl. I'm going to have to think of some way to group those things because everything else is grouped for me.
Just group them. I think part of it is, I think what's going to be the challenge for you on the memory recitation thing is that you can go back and think of the memory, but also like we had a whole episode to talk about each of these within recent memory since August, I guess, of last year. So,
if you think I remember the whole episodes,
no. But I mean, like these movies, we did episodes about them, but they're further in the past, and like it disrupts the chronology now. Like previously, the list was rough. At least the list itself is chronological in terms of episodes. Your memory was roughly chronological, although you did kind of group them together. I think this might start to break things down for you.
They come in triplets and couplets. Mm-hmm. And on this episode, we have one triplet, which is the Sad Sack trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 girls, right? Black Girl and Sofia Coppola.
Okay, sure.
So that's how I'm going to do it in my head.
I think that's a respectable way. Yeah,
I guess. So, okay. After
we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Is that 31 films?
That is 28 films.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, I can list 28 films.
Wasn't there an experiment once where they like had to figure out how many sequential numbers a chimpanzee could memorize?
Yeah, isn't that why like US phone numbers are 7?
Because we're no better than chips at the end of the day. We're really not.
Yeah. All right. Well, we talked about a lot of things. It's a short-ish episode. I don't know how interesting that was to listen to us talk about ourselves, but it's a bonus episode, guys. Go back and listen to a lot of the episodes, and there's a lot of great ones. We have had a lot of guests. We have some returning guests here in a couple of weeks. Shannon's coming back on, and we'll be able to tell her that even if her pick on that episode doesn't make it in, she got the Virgin Suicides in.
Yeah, we backdoored Virgin Suicides.
I don't know if I told you what.
That sounds bad.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you what she picked.
Eternal Sunshine, right?
She did. Eternal Sunshine.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited to revisit that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I have seen it exactly once.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And not for not liking it, just because it's kind of we'll talk about it. We'll talk. On our next episode, though, we're going to have Ben Scholl, professor of media studies at Lindenwood University. And he's picked I kind of directed him in this way.
Oh, okay.
He's picked a big blind spot for me in Kristen Johnson's Camera Person.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
There are, and we have some future other episodes scheduled there. I'm like, I only have so many votes left. Yeah.
Is this, wait a minute. So is Camera Person going to be the first sort of meta movie we've ever, I guess whether you count After Sun and Blue Heron as being sort of self-reflexive meta movies or not?
I don't know, bro. I haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
I kind of know what it's about, but not really. I don't know how it plays. It's something that I feel guilty about never having seen. And I saw Dick Johnson Is Dead and loved it. And so there's no reason that I haven't seen it other than, Maggie Cheung made a lot of movies. So I gotta catch up on those.
There's only so many hours in the day, right?
Yeah. Well, on that note, we've got one more thing. All right, every episode we wrap up with one more thing. We listed 50 things earlier, but whatever, it's fine. Here's one more thing. Andrew, I think it's your turn to go first.
Oh, give me a minute.
Isn't? I can go first.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I'll go first. I not necessarily in anticipation, but Lance Oppenheim has a new film coming out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
His first fiction film. I've seen the trailer. It's called Primetime. It is the story of.
Wait a minute. Back up. I don't think that's true. Didn't he make a film that you did not like a couple of years ago?
No. He made a documentary I liked.
This is my bad. I'm thinking of a completely different director.
Who are you thinking of?
Joshua
Oppenheimer.
I was thinking of the director of
Act of Killing.
Yeah, Act of Killing.
Right. Well, because he made his first fiction film and I did not like it.
That's what I was thinking of. That's different Oppenheimers. There's too many Oppenheimers.
Yeah. Well, this is Lance Oppenheim. So
yeah. Okay.
I know that Kayla is also a fan because Some Kind of Heaven, his kind of beautiful, beguiling, but also
I love that film. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it too?
Yeah. I saw True False.
Oh, did we see it together? I saw it at True False.
Maybe I don't remember.
I think it was
the last True False I went to because it was COVID. It was 2020. It was right as COVID was breaking out. Yeah.
So I was sitting in those rooms thinking, yeah, we're definitely getting it from this, right?
This is a bad idea. Yeah.
It was the first week of March.
I know he's become sort of a real force in sort of what I would call anthropological American anthropology filmmaking. And I know Kayla's a huge fan of all his work.
Well, Some Kind of Heaven is great, but I'm recommending his HBO miniseries called Ren Fair. Have you seen this?
I've heard about it. I didn't know it was a miniseries. I thought it was a feature. It's a miniseries?
It is. You could probably. It's 3 episodes. So, total, it's less than 3 hours long, but it follows George Coolum, who is the owner of the Texas Ren Fair Renaissance Festival, which is one of the largest and one of the most popular in North America. And not only is it popular, it has an incorporated city that he is the mayor of.
Oh, Jesus. He's got full company town.
He's gone company town, and he has all of his little underlings. It is like King Lear Succession, but it smells like turkey legs. So it is, Lance Oppenheim has a very specific style in the two things I've seen, including the two things we've just mentioned, in that his documentaries are very stylish. Some Kind of Heaven, I thought, was, if anything, maybe it got too cute at times. This definitely goes down those corridors, and it makes you kind of think about like ecstatic truth, and but they're always like this grainy beautiful film footage, and he's got these like lens flares, and the color is saturated. I mean, if you've seen the trailer for Prime Time, you know what it looks like, a Lance Oppenheim, and this is no different. In this, there are really two people who are vying for the number one spot as George is looking at retirement. It's so funny because this man has a plan to die at 95, and he is dying to retire. The number one reason he needs to retire is he is horny as fuck. And he needs to stop running the business. And he is on sugardaddy.com or whatever the website is. And he just wants to get rid of this thing. And there are really two people who can do it. One of them is an upstart who's been there for a little bit, but has family money and is very business focused. One is more about the arts and is a little bit of a fumbling general manager. And there are conversations about King Lear in it. And it is just, it sings in a way that other kind of streaming docs don't, because this is a filmmaker who's relatively scant filmography has shown that he has quite different chops than others. So that's called Rin Fair. It's available on HBO Max. All right, Andrew, what's your thingamajig?
My thingamajig is a series on Apple TV. I've got my Apple TV back briefly, so for a few months I have it back. So I'm sort of like binging through all the things that I've been neglecting.
Hold on, did you Widow's Bay?
I started Widow's Bay. I haven't finished it yet.
Did you?
I watched Pluribus. Pluribus freaking rules.
Great. Yes.
And I'm watching the third season of Silo currently, which is
okay.
I'm going right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like my thing, but you and I both have, our crushes are different, probably. We have things for Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh yeah. That's the place to start. If you're a Rebecca Ferguson fan, there's no reason you shouldn't be watching the show, because it's just endless Rebecca Ferguson being cool and hot and smart. And she's also an executive producer on it, and is a huge fan of the novels. So my impression is that this is kind of, she semi helped shepherd this because she really wanted to play this character and really wanted to bring this series to life. So this is a series on. It's been around. It's in its third season now. I don't think I've talked about it on the show explicitly before. But it's based on a novel series that I haven't read, so I can't swear to the novel series, by Hugh Howey, called the Silo series. He's written 3 books in it, I believe, to date: Wool, Shift, and Dust. And he's kind of sort of like Andrew Weir with The Martian. He was kind of like a self-published wonderkind. He was very popular, I guess, in the 2000s. And it's a sort of sci-fi dystopian thing. You have to like be down for that. It's one of those shows that I really, really enjoy, and I get very invested in the world building of it. And it's maybe surprisingly deep engagement with sociology and politics and just the way that humans organize themselves and survive in general. I think it's a really fascinating topic. As much as dystopian science fiction likes to talk about those things, I don't think we really get that many shows that talk about it in a sort of gritty, pragmatic way. How do humans survive? how do they organize themselves to survive? What is the best way to survive given different circumstances? And I think the show is really excellent at doing that. It's created by the series is created by a showrunner named Graham Yost, who's been heavily involved in it. He sometimes writes and directs as well, but it's kind of his baby, and just a cool production design. It kind of has like a Fallout style retro punk technology to it. So for those who don't know, the premise, I don't want to spoil too much because even the very first episode has sort of spoiler stuff in it. But it's about these people who are living in this subterranean silo, a sort of vertical city underground, about 10,000 people, and they do not know where they came from or where the silo came from. They like their institutional memory and history only goes back about 150 years, so they don't know exactly why they're in this place and what happened to the world above and what exactly their situation is. And of course, the plot being what it is, it inserts all sorts of crises and character drama and so forth. But as their understanding of their situation starts to increase, I'm really enjoying the third season. I was a little iffy about where it might go after the second season, but really enjoying it so far. They're kind of doing a split timeline thing in the third season where they're giving us backstory in the present day, as in the 2020s, about what happened, and they're sort of time jumping back and forth between the silo story and the present day story, which has been really effective. And I'm just really enjoying it. A really great ensemble cast with just like wall-to-wall great wall-to-wall, oh, I know that guy, character actors who I really enjoy. And I think in particular in the third season, they're doing a good job of deepening our connection to these characters and making them more than just a bunch of ticks and archetypes. I think they're doing a really good job with it. So I'm enjoying it.
Do you know what else on Apple TV, Graham? Is it Yost?
Yeah.
Do you know what else he's an EP on?
What's that?
Slow Horses.
The other show that I should be watching right now.
Slow Horses.
I will get to it before the Apple TV subscription runs out.
Good.
I like a good sci-fi dystopian story, but I also like a good Le Carre spy stories too. So I will be getting to Slow Horses eventually.
Exciting shit.
Yeah. But anyway, I highly recommend it. If you haven't started it yet, it's a perfect time to get into it. If you start binging now, you will just about finish it right as the last episodes for the season are airing. So it will be good timing.
Cool. And that's with your free ? Apple TV Plus. I still don't know how I have access. I'll figure it out someday.
Maybe you shouldn't prod at that too much, or you might lose access to it. Like just accept it.
Prevents me. It's like I don't. Did it give me special critic access? But no, there's a different site for that. Anyway. All right. A lot of stuff, man.
So next episode, Camera Person
with Ben Scholl. So that is exciting. And until then, thank you to Ethan and Kayla for all their great work and for their votes this week. And then theme music by AMP. And until next time, I don't know. Everyone's a winner, baby.